How y'all doing? My name's John and I'm from a town called Waterbury, Connecticut. Today I'm going to be talking to you about why people give speeches as well as how it's now seen as a form of civic conversation. So first is why. Why should we give speeches? Of course, there are examples in which speech was used for evil, like in the case of Adolf Hitler, but for the most part, speech is a powerful tool, even compared to witchcraft, and can be used not only with evil intention, but also benevolence to influence people positively, like in the case of Martin Luther King Jr. or JFK. As for how speeches are a form of civic conversation, we think of a speech now as less of a one-way road and more of just a conversation with another human being. This in turn allows for balance between listener and speaker and promotes greater connection and relationship between the two sides. But in my opinion, that's not necessarily beneficial. This idea of civic conversation rather than giving a speech has led to an interesting relationship between our democracy and the freedom of speech. Now, for those of us lucky enough to be from a country like the United States, we've never had to experience the suppression of our opinions or speech because we are blessed with something called the First Amendment. I'm able to stand here in front of you and say, I support our right to bear arms. And a lot of you may not agree with me, but I'm still able to express that opinion, which may even lead to some productive discourse regarding the topic. However, we're alive during what will be considered a very unique turning point in speech-giving history. We now have the ability to speak to the masses, any place, any time, through tools like social media. And this has allowed easier access to information for the average citizen and the expedited spread of awareness on important topics in our society, but it also worries me. Speaking from experience, even I, as a small content creator, have had posts taken down for things like quote-unquote hate speech when I simply touch on controversial political topics, and although I believe in the company's right to do so as they are privately owned, it's terrifying to know that social media has become the #1 tool for expression and speech, whilst the freedom of these things is not ensured. Unfortunately, this begs the question of where the line should be drawn, and if not only the freedom of our speech, but our democracy as a whole will survive the years to come. Thank you.